This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.
It's Your Business with Michael Aikens is brought to you by WCTE PBS and the Center for Rural Innovation with funding provided by a grant from USDA Rural Development. This series was produced under an agreement with Tennessee Tech University Center for Rural Innovation.
Welcome to It's Your Business. I'm your host, Michael Aikens. For many of you watching, your dream may be to own your own business or be your own boss. But you also may feel unable or unsure of how to make that dream come true. Well, you come to the right place because that's what this series is all about. We work to bring you advice and resources from skilled professionals as well as everyday people who have made their dream of owning a business come to life. Join me as we meet two successful business owners, hear their stories, and learn from their successes and shortcomings in starting their businesses. When Barjes Alotabi came back to Tennessee to enjoy retirement, he never imagined he would soon be starting a new business. But when opportunities arose to use his skills and knowledge to offer e-learning for pilots, he took a chance and started a business, ARCS Aviation, that would soon present him with yet another opportunity to get involved with the United States Department of Defense. I'm here at ARCS Aviation in Cookeville, Tennessee with owner and founder Barjes Alotabi. Barjes, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So first things first, what is ARCS Aviation and what do you all do here?
Well, ARCS Aviation founded in 2012 and we started for a commercial client and we developed e-learning and we start for pilots. After we finish this civilian project for pilots, we started getting into the government, the DOD, because they are interested in new technology. In any contract, you never win the first time. So we sent two proposals to the Navy and two proposals to the Air Force. And the Navy, we get rejected and they give us briefing. We are too new to the government. There is no past experience and all this, so on and so forth. The Air Force, one of them, also get rejected. And also rejection is not bad. If you get rejected, then say, oh, I give up. I'm get rejected. That's not good. No, it's rejected really is a training. Use it as training and do better. Just like if you your course and your instructor telling you, oh, you're not good in this, this one. Then next time you're going to be good in that subject. So we take it as we always request debriefing, why, and then we just do better. The second time with the Air Force, they are happy. The government say, well, out of 2,500 proposal, which was 32 companies. So we're really impressed. We're really happy. I don't know what is that percentage, but that's pretty good percentage.
So how did you start the business? What gave you the idea and what led you in life to where you're at right now?
Why start the business? By accident. Really, I was retired. I just retired from Aramco as a pilot and check airman and chief pilot. And I said, that's it. I'm going back to Tennessee and retired. That's what my wife from. And that's what I graduated from Tennessee Tech a long time ago in the 80s. I say, well, we're going back to, Tennessee and retired. And I really thought, that's it, I'm retired. I'm just, that time I was 51. I said, I'm just gonna retire. A few years later, one of my colleagues, he's also a pilot, approached me and he was doing project overseas. And he needs e-learning for commercial airline. He said, I'm on contract and I need your expertise and find me some subject matter expert to do e-learning for pilots, maintenance, flight attendants, and dispatchers. It was a huge project, 10,000, I think, between pilots and flight attendants and maintenance, it's about 10,000. We have to create LMS. It's our own LMS. We didn't buy it from, because it's customized. What he really wanted is the subject matter experts. He said, I need the Dreamliner, the 787 from Boeing. There is no subject matter expert at that time because it's a new airplane. And from there, we found the right people to do the 787. We also did many aircraft, but the challenge was 787 because it's a new airplane. And then we created the whole curriculum, to just make the training easier for pilots at that time. Because you see, pilots now carrying many bags. They have manuals and they have FAA manuals and checklists. So our philosophy is just to make it easier. Put it in an iPad and get rid of the books. Paperless. We call it paperless cockpit, including the checklist. Actually, my son now, he's doing iPad because the new generation, they're comfortable with it. And we did it. And we gave it to the airline. They're happy with it. It was successful. And then there is hesitance with the old guard, because they want the papers, they want to see it when they land, and they want to see everything on, I don't trust this one. What if it goes, dead? Well, there is backup. Just the same thing, airplane. If the engine, what are you going to do? Quit. You have to trust your instrument. They call it an airplane. Also trust your technology if it's programmed right. So that's how I started. We started for the commercial, and then from there upgraded to the innovation with AR VR.
So tell us a little bit more about AR VR. What do those acronyms mean?
AR is augmented reality. It's also called mixed reality, and VR, virtual reality. Virtual reality, VR is good for training mainly because really you could play with it the way you want. You can, put the headset and just be in different world. So it's also a safety issue because you think you are somewhere else, you could be in high building, and that's the VR. And I think tech doing some VR, I think a long time ago. AR is more for operations, and that's really what some of the customer wants, because AR could save money, save people, save time, and so on and so forth. And AR, as you said, it's real world plus the virtual world. So it's superimposed. So you see, safety is not hazard as the VR. You could walk in the hangars. You see something nobody else see, but you see where you're going. So that's the AR, and it's evolving. Every year there is a new technology, and we have to keep up with the technology.
Just to make sure I understand, and our viewers, you're putting on a headset, and you're going into an Air Force hangar, and you're utilizing your training, and the product that you all make is physically in the headset, and you can actually see in a holographic standpoint what's going on. And that's what you all do here.
That's correct.
Can you tell us a little bit more about what it looks like to get an SBR and actually work with the Department of Defense like the Air Force?
The Air Force, I think, evolving, and they have a new generation now, because SBI used to be the traditional one. You have to write like 50 pages, and it lasts for 2 years, 3 years. And then the new generation in the Air Force now really making it easier. You just need maybe 15 slides, and then you need 5 maximum pages. They make it easier, and I think the new generation is open to the technology, and they even know how to use it, even if they haven't seen it, because they are used to Xbox and all this stuff, and it's easy for them. When you come to my generation, it's pretty hard. It takes us a long time to get used to the switches and stuff, and AR, VR. But for the new generation, it's not really a big deal, and it's the way to go for the Air Force, not only for the Air Force, for DOD, and also for the civilian as well, university as well, and technical school, and manufacturer as well.
So what I'm hearing is really what your business creates allows newer generations of people to come in and work with the Air Force, and that allows them to really be able to not only innovate, but also attract that next generation of workforce.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
in speaking of the workforce, now I understand you look at your website and it says subject matter experts are our greatest assets. Who are these subject matter experts and what do they do for your business?
Subject matter experts who really are those who really understand the technology. And subject matter experts doesn't have to be programmers or AR, VR experts. Could be good maintenance guys who've been doing maintenance for 20 years, for example, and he knows the airplane back and forth. Because if I'm doing something for maintenance and I don't have subject matter expert, I could, do something that it will show you, yeah, it's cool, but it's not accurate because I don't know. I have to get the subject matter expert to know this doesn't supposed to go this way. It's supposed to go the other way, or vice versa. So that's the subject matter experts, and we get them both for pilots, for maintenance. For even if we have something for manufacturer, we'll find somebody expert for manufacturer, for example. They do what we call the storyboarding. They say, well, this happened if you do this, and that will not happen if you don't do this, and so on and so forth. And then we see in the storyboarding, then we give it the programmers, because the programmers, good programmers, but they don't know how the system works for the airplane, for example, or for anything, if it's not their expertise.
So you could do this business anywhere in the nation or really even in the world, but you chose the Upper Cumberland. Why?
That's correct. I could do it from anywhere. I chose Cumberland because it is really business friendly. It's nice weather. It's really, it was in USA Today or some other magazine a long time ago. It's the best place to live. And it's got everything we need. It's the Cokeville, for example. It's not a huge city. It's not a small city. It's just the right city. I'm used to it, and I like the area here. It's really business friendly, and that's why we came to Cumberland region.
What advice would you give to our entrepreneurs in our region about being able to balance the daily work with the need for innovation?
Well, have a good plan and have life balance as well. And then find the right people. Also trust people as well, because you don't want to do it all yourself. But if you do it yourself, you'll be burned out and you're probably gonna quit. But just trust the people and find the right people, vet the people, and treat them right.
Barjes, it's been a pleasure speaking with you today. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, I'm glad you guys came over, and hopefully we'll be in touch in the future. Thank you very much.
Some say that in owning your own business, when you do what you love, it's not really work. But when you're trying to get that new business off the ground, it can be a lot of work. However, as Kim Johnson shows us, if you can persevere, your new business can truly become something you love and much less like work. Kim loves how her business, The Painted House, reflects her own style and enthusiasm for design as she provides her customers with items that can brighten up their homes, their lifestyles, or just bring a smile to their face. I'm here in Cookeville, Tennessee at the Painted House with owner Kim Johnson. Kim, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Kim, let's get started by telling us all about what is the Painted House.
Well, we are a home and gift store located on South Low, and we offer anywhere from home decor to baby to bedding, rugs, anything you would want for your home.
So this is not your only business though, is it?
No, actually I have a clothing store next door, which is just right next door to us, and we opened it about 3 years ago.
So as an entrepreneur, what inspired you to start a small business?
Well, funny, I lost my job during the recession, and in 2008, they let my whole division go. And when I used to travel with them, I would always stop at the local stores and antique stores, and that kind of got me started. So had about a year to decide what I wanted to do, and just kind of fell into it.
So what are some of the most important experiences that you've had so far owning a business versus working a traditional job?
Well, you work a lot harder. I did work a lot before with my travel and things that I used to do for that company. But with this one, I feel like I work all the time, but I love it. So it's a little different. If you love what you do, then I think you're more satisfied with what you do for a living.
So what are some of the things that you love about owning your business?
Being able to help people make their home something that they want to, enjoy when they get off work, and just being a part of the community, I guess.
So, in entrepreneurship, owning a small business, there's going to be inherent challenges. What are some of the challenges that you've faced, and how did you overcome those?
If you want to do everyday challenges now is supply chain, especially with this time that we're in, getting all of your product in. So you have to really plan, your year and what you're doing, and try to overcome it.
We talk about resilience, overcoming these challenges. How did the pandemic with COVID, how did that affect your business, and how did you get through it?
So what we did during the pandemic is we offered curbside pickup. My question to myself was like, how am I going to get my product out to the people? So we used a lot of social media, took a lot of pictures, and I started in one room taking pictures of everything we had and posting, and you could buy online and come by the front porch and pick it up, and then you're done. So that was good because people still celebrated their birthdays, still celebrated things, maybe not at a great level, but they were at home all the time, so they were seeing everything that they wanted to do to their home, and we had it there for them to pick up.
So, as we're hopefully slowly coming out of the pandemic, what do you think the outlook for small businesses like yourself is going to be moving forward?
I guess just to be more resilient and be on guard, kind of assess what you have and try to work with what you have too, because you don't have to outsource everything. You've got a lot of local community support that can help you. So that's probably in the future and I think everybody is changing in that way.
In thinking in terms of resiliency, think back to when you started this business. What do you know now that you wish you knew then?
Well, I tell you to be a part of every process of your business, not just start full on, buying everything that you can to support the community. You really need to start small. That's what I would recommend for everybody starting in a small business is start small, build your business, save your money. If you can work your business by yourself for a little while until you can afford to hire somebody. And I'll tell you, I didn't pay myself for a couple years because I did have family support, but I put it all back into the store. So if you can do that, I would tell that to anyone who actually is starting a business.
How do you deal with stress? How do you deal with the long hours? What does that work-life balance look like for you?
Well, I'm always on the go. You can ask any of the girls here. You have to fit it in when you can. On a personal note, exercise is like my, stress reliever. But you have to be able to balance your work life with your store life or, what you do at home. So I may not be here in the middle of the day, but I'll be working at night. So you've got to just balance every day.
And I guess you'd probably say, too, you've got to love what you do, too.
You do. I think if you love what you do, you work harder, you're successful at it. And I encourage that for anybody. If you have a passion for something, you don't have to go full on. You can just start small with it, like I did, and then just build it. And if you love it, you'll be successful at it.
So, we're here in Cookeville, Tennessee. It's a very rural region. You could have probably started this business really anywhere, Nashville, Knoxville, Chattanooga. Why did you want to stay here in Cookeville?
Well, we have family here. We were in Franklin for about 10 years before this, and we moved back. And, there's just not a lot of small businesses here. And I believe if you have a lot of small businesses, you'll have a lot of people come into town to shop and to eat. And so the more people that are here, the more home stores that are here, the more clothing stores that are here, it's going to draw people to want to be here. And I call this the big little city. So you can find just about anything here now.
So, we live in a very rural region here in the Upper Cumberland. You spoke to the importance of having small businesses here. What do you think really is the major impact that small businesses have on our rural area versus going somewhere else?
Well, we are hands-on here. That's the difference here is you can touch it, you can feel it. We offer a lot of custom things for people. We actually do home decor services also. And then when you support your community, you bring jobs to the community, and I think that's just is what is needed here.
What do you think the economic outlook for the Upper Cumberland, Cookeville, and rural areas across America, what does that look like right now?
I think if you have support from your local people, your community, it will start to build. A lot of people now, because of the pandemic, I think have resorted to going local, wanting those people here, because if you don't have stores here, and people will move out, or people will go other places. If you don't have that community involvement here, then I think it's not as a big win for the city.
So what do small businesses and entrepreneurs like yourself, what do you all need from the community, from our leaders to survive?
Support, just local support. Get the word out there. Shop local. I know that a lot of people like to go outside the city, but like I said, if you can support local community, then it's going to build more people. People will want to come here and live and thrive, and I think that'll feed the community.
In my work in economic development, one thing that I'm seeing a lot of in regions across the nation is workforce. It's hard to get people to work, and I know that there's a lot of consternation out there surrounding that issue. How are you dealing with that?
Well, I have a really good support staff, and we are a great knit set of employees, and very thankful. I don't have a lot of turnover, which is great, and I didn't have any issues with during COVID, but that is a big issue, especially in this time. And I hope that people are actually supportive in the businesses that are having problems getting people to work for them, but I've actually had a really good luck and have a great staff.
What's your secret to low turnover?
Well, I'm pretty flexible. I try to be flexible with my staff. If they have something that's going on, or they're sick, or I'm actually the filler in, but we have a fun staff and we have a good time, and I think that's important.
How do you deal with it when you realize there's a situation that it's a little bit beyond your control? As a business owner, how do you deal with that?
Well, you have to be on your feet, and you have to analyze the situation, and then just own it. If it's something you can't handle, and are you not able to handle it yourself physically, then you just have to roll with it and just kind of adapt, and that's what we've always done.
As a sole proprietor, I'm sure that you're not doing all this alone. Do you have a support network that you work with?
Sure. Local businesses. We have a lot of local businesses in town, so we actually help each other. We share each other's events on social media. If we have questions or need help, we always call each other to see what's going on. And I think that is probably my biggest support, aside from my husband, of course, but I think that's probably our big community support for each other.
Well, final question for you. What does the future look like for the Painted House?
Well, I hope to be here longer, maybe another 10 years. This is our 10-year anniversary, so we're real excited. Not a lot of businesses survive as long, so we're very thankful, especially for everybody for giving us such support. So that's probably my greatest, gosh, I'm getting emotional. So that's my biggest, I guess, just being thankful. So.
Well, Kim, it clearly means a lot to you to be a business owner here in the Upper Cumberland. We thank you for what you do, and thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I'm Andrea Kruszka, the Rural Outreach Coordinator for the Center for Rural Innovation at Tennessee Tech University. We work with Main Street businesses in the Upper Cumberland to help provide small business resources to help your business thrive. One of the main things we do is provide student interns in all kinds of areas. We work in a lot of creative type things like graphic design, photography, content creation, and just about anything else you can imagine. We also partner with the Small Business Development Center and their intern program through the Tennessee Tech College of Business, so we can also assist with things like marketing, financials, and business plans. You can see some of the work we've done all over the Upper Cumberland. If you've ever been to Sparta and Happy Trails Brewing Company or the Coffee Collective, there's murals on the walls painted by one of our art students. And if you've been to the Yarn Patches website from Crossville or City Girl Soaps from Cookeville, you can see some of the photography we've done. It's not just small businesses we work with though. We also work with chambers of commerce and other community organizations to help develop tourism brands. For example, you can check out Jackson County and the Town of Monterey's websites. Even if you don't consider yourself an entrepreneur, maybe you're a musician, an artist, a maker, we still have resources that can help you. And as an artist myself, I know it can be really difficult doing some of those more businessy things. If you think your small business or organization could benefit from the resources we offer, check out brcollective.org and get connected with all the different things we can offer through either the Center for Rural Innovation or our partners at the Biz Foundry, Small Business Development Center, and WCTE. We can help with so much, so make sure you take advantage.
Thanks for tuning in to It's Your Business. For more information on today's topics and extended interviews, please visit the WCTE website. To learn more about free small business resources and expert assistance, visit the Business Resource Collective website. Until next time, I'm Michael Aikens.
It's Your Business with Michael Aikens is brought to you by WCTE PBS and the Center for Rural Innovation with funding provided by a grant from USDA Rural Development. This series was produced under an agreement with Tennessee Tech University Center for Rural Innovation.
This program was made possible by contributions to your PBS station from viewers like you. Thank you.